So recently I actually demolished this mall that I'm about to show you and I started working on a new draft of better shopping mall design. But I wanted to actually just take some time and go through a tour of what the old mall looks like so you can kind of get a sense of what the differences are in what I'm doing now. So as you can see, the old mall was very simple from the outside. We have no roof here. The windows do not match at all. It was very simple from the outside. The parking lot here isn't bad. I actually don't hate what I did with the old parking lot. But this was before I downloaded some Cars content. So as you can see, these all look like toy cars because they're just scaled up toy cars, so it doesn't look as good as the new ones. And then the front here, we just have a little sign, little bench. I think I went a little overboard with trying to put some paintings on the outside to make it look better. I don't think that worked out the way I wanted it to. But yeah, so that's the entire outside. It's pretty simple. Here on the first floor, there is a bathroom over here that's actually set up with like multiple stalls, and this was before I had downloaded anything that gave the bathroom stall items, so I had to make these from scratch with just putting doors and hallways there. So yeah, it's a little simple bathroom. This coffee shop, I don't know. This was also before I had downloaded, I believe, the Get to Work or the Dining Out expansion. So I didn't actually have the espresso bar that comes with one of those packs. So this was just kind of my own attempt to make a little coffee shop, but I actually really do not like the colors I used. The wallpaper is okay, but I don't like this tile. I don't like these rugs. This was before I had learned that you can size up items. So there's 3 rugs here instead of just one sized up. The clutter's cute though, so I mean, it's not the worst little coffee shop, but I think I could definitely do better in the mall I'm making now. This hallway here has a little ATM machine, a magazine rack. This actually, the entranceway looks pretty nice. I like the big windows. I like there's a little sitting area. And then this clothing shop here isn't bad. I like how brightly lit it is. I do like this sign. I believe I have that in the new clothing shop I'm making as well. And I like the mannequins that are just like chilling over there. I'm not really the biggest fan of the clutter I choose to use over here because, like, I don't think it particularly makes sense to just have some of these items here. I think if I redid this now, there would be more makeup, more nail polish. Like over here, I just kind of picked things that looked like clutter, but there's a paper towel rack just in this store, which makes no sense. And the shirts over here, where it's just 3 of the same shirt, I don't really like that. And the door that goes into the bathroom from the store was kind of a weird choice. I'm not sure why I did that. But yeah, so that's the entire first floor, which, wow, looking at it now, I didn't realize how much of this I would have done differently. I do like the little cinnamon roll poster, though. That's cute. Here on the second floor was a bit of a mess. We have this Hot Topic here, which I actually do recreate a different version of this in the new mall I'm working on. I don't really know what I was thinking when I did this because I feel like you can tell from the walls and the floors and the lighting and the red and black that like this is supposed to be some gothy store. But I didn't have any clothes in game that I could really put on the wall, so then none of the clothes look like what you would actually find in a store like this. So it doesn't work for me now. But I do still keep the idea of making a Hot Topic, and I do that again in the second mall I'm making. Over here, this hallway with way too many lights was meant to be a bookstore, and I mean, like, I think you can obviously tell that because there's books everywhere and there's a cash register over there, but the layout of this really bothers me, where when you come up to the second floor, you have to walk through this bookstore to get into the Hot Topic or to get into this store over here. And I just think that's kind of weird because this is very cluttered. The windows with the curtains and the overhang don't make sense to me. I am not sure why there's one giant rug only covering like half the store, but past me tried, so I'll give her that. And then here, this was actually the one store that I made in this mall that I did really like. So this was meant to be like a little kitchen type store. So you can walk in, you can see that there's different sinks and cabinets available, which was cute. And then there's also like just little cookbooks. There's a lot of food posters, which I actually love these posters. I never really get to use them because whenever I'm making a Sims house, I don't think it makes sense to just have food posters on the wall. But it was perfect for a kitchen store, so I do want to make a store like this again, just so I have an excuse to use all these and just all the cute little cutlery decorations where, I don't know, I just think this is a really cute setup. I would definitely do something like this again, but I think it would be spaced out a little differently because there's just so much unused space right there, and that doesn't really make sense to me. And in retrospect, the flower cart does not need to be there either. Yeah, so that's the first two floors, and that's basically the only place where there's actual stores, because the top level here is just meant to be a dining area and another set of bathrooms. Now, these bathrooms actually look kind of nice. I mean, even though it's 4 toilets and only 3 sinks, I think that's fine. And the toilets, wait, actually, these look like, yeah, these are just the cold steel prison toilets. I don't know why I used prison toilets. That's kind of ugly. Okay, never mind. I don't like this bathroom. I like the lights. I like the like stone on the bottom, but that's actually uglier than I thought it was. And over here we have just different things that are meant to look like vending machines. So I guess the idea is if you wanted to come to the mall and get food from a vending machine, you're just gonna hike all the way up to the 3rd floor, and then there's actually a restaurant here. I do like this restaurant. It just looks nice and simple, but it's actually functional. We have the hostess stand. We have like the little waiter station. This little kitchen thing here. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's not functional because there's a dishwasher, but there's not a fridge. So never mind. This would actually need some work. But I like this half wall thing here. I think this is the first time I built anything and actually put a half wall somewhere, so that was very exciting for me. Um, and I like the idea of having this kind of divided like this. Like, I've been to a lot of mall food areas where different stations and different restaurants do just kind of have that divider, and it's more of an open concept situation. And then this was meant to look more like a fast food area, but I never changed the tiles, so it's a little weird to have like the super bright primary colors that you would see with a fast food place on top of that stone. And then these fridges, I like these fridges because I like the see-through ones when I'm making a restaurant or a public space. But there's only like 2 that look like this in game. So I had to use this fridge, which is meant to be in a vet place. This actually just holds lice medication, but we're gonna pretend it looks like food. Yeah, and that's pretty much all that's up here. So it's pretty plain. I actually am glad that I looked at this now while I'm still in the process of building the new mall because it's making me realize how much stuff I don't want to do. Like, especially in terms of just having a plain box of a mall. Like, I don't like that all of these walls over here are the exact same length. There's nothing really jutting out. There's nothing that's a cool shape. These windows don't match. There's no roof. These cars look so bad. This dining area just is not, it does not make sense to me from like a functionality standpoint because I don't think anyone would want to be in their like nice restaurant and looking at a fast food place, and I think it'd be weird to walk through the nice restaurant to get to a fast food place, and to walk past all these vending machines on your way to the restaurant is also weird. And this poor bookshop, I really wanted to make a cute little bookstore, and this just did not work at all. There's also like, I don't know why there's a fireplace over here. I Yes, I wanted it to be cozier, but that's so weird to me that when you walk down the stairs from the dining area, you're just in someone's fireplace place. Like, this is such an odd living room thing to have in a bookstore that you're walking through to go to other stores. And then this poor, sad looking coffee shop. Like, this just looks sad. It's not pretty at all. I don't really know what I was trying to do there. The bathroom's okay on this floor, yes, and the clothing store was a solid first attempt. And I do like how a lot of this looks from the outside in terms of like all these windows. Though actually, now that I'm saying it, I don't know why these windows don't match these windows. That's kind of bad. Yeah, so apparently I dislike a lot more of this than I realized, but that's why it's the first draft. And that's also why it was pretty easy for me to just hit demolish and start over with this, which I'm really glad I did because now the mall I'm working on is not perfect, but I think one of the fun things to do with Sims is try to have a concept in mind and get to keep rebuilding it until it looks the way you see it in your head. And I'm glad that I've had the time to really work on that lately. So, yeah, so this mall is gonna go back to being bulldozed, and that's gonna go away. But that was the first mall that I originally had. I think it was cool to work on in terms of trying to learn how to make something that big. Like, that was the biggest lot I had worked on at the time. And I'm really glad that I've had the chance to start over and make the new mall that I've been posting videos of. So I'll definitely be posting more of that. And once it's done, you'll get another tour video of that. Alright, that's it for this one. Bye.